and I'm here with MDC, and I'm gonna give you guys some poetry. And I'm sorry that I don't speak German, but I'm going to try and communicate with you anyway. The first poem is about the Green River murders in the Seattle, Washington area. In the last 5 years, over 100 women have been murdered. Most of the women were young black prostitute women that were working the street. A lot of them were working the street in front of the Boeing Defense Company. Boeing makes a lot of the military airplanes and weapons that they send over here to Germany. When the murders started happening in 1982, a lot of the women that were working the street were saying that they thought the police were responsible for the murders. The first police officer working on the case said that he thought a police officer was probably responsible. He was fired from his job, and the police have spent the last 5 years covering up the murders. But most people, even inside the United States, don't know about it because most of the victims were young black prostitute women, and who cares about a bunch of young black whores? Last year, the police simply closed the case because they figure that everyone will just forget about the Green River murders because most people never even heard of them. But we're not going to forget, and we're going to keep on asking questions until the information about the police's tie-in to the murders is known. So this first poem is about the Green River murders. Sister, what does our flesh mean to them? Sister, what do our lives mean to them? Sister, as your corpse is lowered into a grave, your baby daughter cries for the comfort of your arms. Your baby daughter cries for her mother's milk. But sister, what does our flesh mean to them? What do our lives mean to them? Sister, as your corpse is lowered into a grave, your mother cries to hold her baby in her arms again. Your mother cries to hear her daughter's voice again. Our souls, our dreams, our lives, our flesh, what do we mean to them? Sister, as your body is lowered into a grave, I remember the way you danced, the way you laughed, the way you moved, the way you sang, the touch of your caring hand upon my tired shoulder. What do our dreams, what do our souls, our lives, our flesh mean to them? They are the men with money to spend. What's a lot to us is a pittance to them. Sister, I remember your head held high, your soul flaming with rebellion as you worked the strip in the cold night in front of Boeing. How much milk for your baby daughter? How many gas and electricity bills? How many phone bills could you pay with the millions and millions they spend on one weapons system? And I blame the Green River murders also on you, Boeing, the hands that build the bombs are already covered with our blood. As my sisters face murderers on the streets because they need the money and their children cry hungry. What does it mean when there is not enough to go around? It means that someone has stolen it all. Me and my sisters are facing the murderers to take back what is ours, to take our dreams back, to reclaim the hopes of our souls, to reclaim the dignity and beauty of our flesh, facing the murderers with our lives on the line. The cops have spent over $10 million fucking around, pretending to care about stopping the Green River murders. $10 million fucking around, playing at being heroes, while my sisters are still on the streets, turning $20 tricks to be able to have a place to sleep for the night, facing the murderers square in the eye. And how much money do the pigs spend in one night, chasing, harassing, arresting, jailing whores, my sisters, turning $20 and $50 tricks to be able to buy food for themselves and their families? And how much money do they spend keeping us in jail while our children still cry hungry? Cops, you have long been covered with our blood from head to toe. Our souls, our dreams, our lives, and you only want to eat our flesh. When I was 17, working the street, I learned who vice cops are. And as sister after sister is murdered and Green River runs redder and redder with our blood, I have not forgotten who vice cops are. Frank Adamson, I am looking you square in the eye. This whore is here fighting for peace and love and life and truth. Officer Friendly, my ass, you pigs are murderers. And in my sister's fight for peace and love and life, the truth shall be revealed for all the world to see. Like a volcano erupting, our rage and tender love and the truths we know are gonna shake the state. With the fire of the truth, with the fire of our rage, with the fire of our love, we are going to melt their systems of death, their missile systems, their police departments, their systematic sexism, their systematic racism, their order, killing us slowly with minimum wage, or killing us quickly with bloody violence. When I was 15, I saw Mount St. Helens erupt. Honey, that beauty was angry, and so am I. Green River murderer, I want to live. Cops, politicians, war makers, us whores are fighting back for peace and love and life and truth, so that someday our little children can play well-fed and safe on the banks of the Green River without having to see their mommy's mutilated corpses floating downstream.